Yeah, you're listening to the chat show. We are live down at the Shore Studio. We're calling it at the Grandstand. Beautiful morning down here. We have now got David Johnson with us, and if you want to get in touch with him, you can text us 166 177. You can email studio@radiott.com. We are, of course, live on Facebook this morning as well, so you can comment on the Facebook live stream, and you can follow us on social media, Manx Radio TT. Send us some tweets and some messages, and get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you.
Have you got some there already for David? I'm sure there'll be people probably listening over the other side of the world.
I'm loading them at the moment.
How does that
work? It's just kicking in.
Does it?
Let me do a refresh and I'll come back to you, Chris.
Okay. David Johnson, good morning, Dave.
Good morning, guys.
You all right?
Yeah, all good, yeah.
You're looking
Sweet
very
as.
chipper this morning.
Yeah, feeling good. Got out of bed about 10 minutes ago.
I take you're not staying for... Oh, you'll be staying down the truck somewhere, right?
No, down, not just behind the paddock, sort of out in the sticks a bit. I can see
out in the
Kate's,
sticks.
yeah, I can see Kate's cottage from my bedroom.
That's not a bad view to wake up to, is it?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I love it. It sort of gets me away from everything while I'm deep in the middle of the TT.
Do you like to get away from things with the TTs on? Obviously, you've got to be here to do things like this, and when they have the paddock open day and stuff. But it's nice to just go away for a wee bit, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're only 5 minutes away. I'm staying with it's a homestay place which I've stayed with for like the last 5 years and become really good friends with them. So it's it works out really well. And then let's say 5 minutes away, and when I'm needed here, I just get straight here. So, and when I'm out there, I just absolutely chill out. Like I barely even can be asked talking. When I'm there, I just sort of
sit and watch Coronation Street like James Cowton, probably.
No, definitely not that. Home and Away, maybe.
Home and Away, is that still going? Is it?
Yeah, well, my mum loves it, so it's definitely still going. Yeah.
Is it really? I didn't realise that. I've got to ask you this about the homestay thing. I mean, for those people who don't know what homestay is, and if you wonder what it is, homestay is a thing that's been set up in the Allemande government where people like me and like Christy have the house and they have a couple of rooms spare and they got the government and you have to apply to do it and they come and check your house and people stay at houses, and the firm friendships that have been made by this homestay scheme is incredible. Long-lasting friendships in some cases. I mean, that's how I met my mate who became my best man at my wedding.
Yeah,
so
right.
He's coming on Saturday. So it really is a good thing for obviously you guys as riders to go and sit there, not be in the paddock, because it is nice to get away. Otherwise, you stop every 5 minutes, which is nice. It's great. Don't get me wrong, but when you're just away from things, just to let your hair down is good. But Home and Away, David.
No, I don't actually watch that.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes I do when my mum's watching it. I'll just sit there and have to deal with that before Fast and Loud starts.
It's Cell Block H you watch, really, isn't it? Is that? I don't think that. You don't remember Prisoner Cell Block H, do you?
No.
I remember.
You're a gentleman of a certain age. That's what it is. I'm a lot older than you.
I think it was one of those that was popular in the UK and probably not back in Australia. Even though
Have you seen the movie Chopper?
Programs.
No.
It's with Eric Bana. That's that. I watch that sort of about 20 times a year.
Chopper.
That's it's about an Australian criminal who spends most of his time in jail.
Eric Banner. Oh, he's the guy who he's the TT chap. He likes TT.
Yeah, he's probably
he's been here.
Yeah.
He's been here, hasn't he? Before he played the Incredible Hulk in one of the films.
That's right.
Yeah, he did.
That's him. Yeah, he put some weight on for that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, what you got, Christy? Anything for me? No. Yes?
Yeah, I have actually. I got a question that came in last night. This is from Adam, and he says, "Is the BMW a former world superbike, and if so, what's had to be done to prep it for the TT?"
It's based on the World Superbikes that they run in 2000 or 2 years ago, 2015. Yeah. Is it 15? 16.
It was about 2 years ago when they ran them, isn't it? Before they changed. Yeah,
and it's new frame and bits and bobs, but a lot of the same parts and brand new engines. We had to rebuild an engine after the Northwest, so they're definitely brand new. And so they're based on those World Superbikes. So it's a lot. It's different from a British Superbike, which we did the British Championship and struggled like mad there, just because the way we had to run it to go with the rules with the electronics that we have. So riding around here the bike's really good. So it's based on the World Superbikes from back then.
And there's a lot in the programme, isn't it, about this? Because it's a really good interview again in the TT programme at the moment. And I picked up on a bit that they say that TT racers get scared like the rest of us. And there's quite a lot in there in that article about you talking about, sort of heading off down Glen Crutchley last year when you just thought you hadn't had enough sleep, you weren't necessarily ready. So you do still get scared.
Oh, yeah. I'm probably one of the only ones that admit it. And I'm probably one of the only ones that admitted that after the first night of practice I was freaking knackered as well. I had a chat with Martin Jessup on the way back, and I was like, "How you feeling?" And we both just said, "Yeah, we're absolutely effed." And it's just like, but that's the first night of practice. That's just how it is. But after last night, we all feel good, and obviously the emotions come into it when you get. It's just the thing that all us TT riders go through, which only only we can sort of.
Your body gets used to it.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? As the week goes on, your body gets used to it. You kind of you're warming yourself up for the big rush to get up to like you did in the 129 last night. You're building yourself up to that, and the body just gets used to it.
Feels better, yeah. And there's no training. Like after coming in after the first session, I was just like, mate, I felt like I've been training real hard in the gym, and I know you freaking don't think I do. You laugh at me when I say that.
I know he does. His body's like a temple.
Yeah, but
Buddhist.
Yeah.
Nice.
But,
Sorry, Dave.
yeah, you're an a-hole. Yeah. No, so I felt prepared, definitely mentally prepared, and then I come in after the first session. I was like, mate, I'm glad I didn't have to do another lap, because it's I think the first session you're just always holding on too tight, and it's all happening real fast, and. Yeah, but last night I felt I was ready to go.
Because it's a different riding sort of thing than what you've just done at the Northwest, isn't it? Here, completely and utterly. The Northwest is just bar, break, left, bar, break. Doing. Here it's like bar, all over the place, jumping out of your seat, and it's completely. And you're using things that you didn't use at the Northwest. You're using your thigh muscles, using your shoulders, your arms. You're coming back in, and you're like that with your wrists are all completely pumped up. But like you said,
you say your thigh muscles there. That's what's hurting the most on me at the moment. Which I stretch that a lot before I go out. Sit like a yoga session before I'm sitting in the awning, and it's still right here. It's absolutely killing me. Just
really tight,
and that's just it's real hard to sort
watch
of
those
train
medial
that
ligaments onto your knee. Watch them ones.
Don't want to tear them, do I?
No, you don't do that. Christy, anything for
Thanks,
David?
Dr. Chris.
That's all right, mate.
Yeah, we're getting quite a few messages in. So we've got one here from Steve who says, "Morning, Dave. What's your favourite part of the circuit?" Best wishes from Steve Clifton over on Friday. Home share near Bray Hill, another home sharer. Good. So what's your favourite part of the circuit then?
I like the whole Glen Helen section, just from Milky's Corner, as it's called these days, all the way out onto Cronkovody Straight. When that works, it's just perfect, and it's a place where you can make good time up if you are good there. But I'm still sort of feeling my way through there. Last couple of years was a lot different with the Norton I was on. Now with the Beamer, I can sort of ride it a lot differently. So I'm just sort of working that out right now. But yeah, it's that's it. The Glen Helen section, I love that bit.
Yeah. Also another one here. Jim thinks you're the coolest dude in the paddock, and says, "But what do you think of Josh Brooks' tash?"
There's an Australian thing going on here. Be careful.
I actually said I'll give this little girl that goes around taking selfies with everyone on Snapchat selfies. I told her I'll give her 20 quid if she cut it off. But that would have been too nice, would it? But
nice.
It was a joke. If Josh is listening.
How are you, Aussie, dealing with the heat then? Because it must be a bit easier for you. You're a bit more used to it, right?
The heat, yeah. Well, it's not really that. It's last time I rode in Australia. It was the Island Classic, and it was like 37 degrees, and that was hot.
And you did rather well. Tell us about that then.
That was with the Island Classic. We've had a good bike for the first time ever, really, and ended up winning it all. So that was good. With Dyson, with like Colin Edwards and Troy Causer, and Jeremy McWilliams is always the gun there, and to be Dyson head to head with them, because usually I'd like with the bikes I was on in the past, they just come past me and I wouldn't even see them for two corners, but I could actually dice with them, and then I thought I got a bit of inspiration in qualifying and got pole. I thought, I'm gonna have a good go here, so we did and won it, so it was good.
Amazing.
Just on 8:44 here on Manx Radio TT. We're live at the back of the show shop with David Johnson. We'll be back in a minute, and we're going to take a check on the weather.